Hi, I'm Gemma Craven.
And I'm Jeffrey Cologne.
And this is the Wednesday Word. It's Wednesday, the 6th of June. Hi, everyone. Today, we're going to be talking about video chats. Yesterday, Sean Parker and Sean Fanning, the founders of Napster originally, unveiled their new video chat site, Airtime. And it's joining a batch of similar services. So today, we're going to be talking about what makes Airtime different, the future of video chat and social. So, Jeffrey, what is Airtime?
So Airtime is a new creation, as you said, by the two Seans. It is a social network really rooted in the interest graph. So you set up your profile, you name all your interests, you find other people that have those same interests, and then you can have one-to-one video chat with them, or you can chat with them by typing information to them while you're seeing them on video. So it's a little bit more of a close connectedness than what's offered on platforms like Facebook.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, why would they launch a video chat service when, isn't Skype just simply the market leader there?
Yeah, I mean, Skype is the market leader, and I think a lot of people are used to using Skype. It's on the desktop, it's on mobile, but I think they saw an area here where they could create sort of a unique platform that was almost like an intersection of Facebook meets Skype.
Right. I mean, I'd say, obviously Microsoft owns Skype, which is a huge leg up, in my opinion, the fact that it's integrated on all of the Windows phones, and as you said, it's on the desktop. And what about FaceTime? I mean, FaceTime's been in the last two iterations of the iPhone. It's really Apple's push to grab the video chat market. How is Airtime going to be any different than FaceTime?
Well, I think Airtime really puts an emphasis on wanting to interact with people you don't know, making connections, which is really what what social is all about. FaceTime is really something that we use for people who are close to us because they're within our phone contact lists. So we're using it for grandma, aunts and uncles, people who are family members or close friends. Airtime also has always had issues with both have to be within Wi-Fi. Obviously, both have to have an iPhone. Here, I think they're really looking at, again, you register for a service, and the world is your oyster in terms of who you can meet and connect with.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I think that kind of very intimate relationship you have with your phone is very much reflected in the FaceTime. So all this talk makes me think this is just another round of chat roulette, and if dear listeners, you remember chat roulette, it really was the way to meet random strangers who may or may not be wearing clothing. Isn't this another going to suffer some of those problems there?
Well, not really. I mean, they really worked with some development teams to figure out new technology. And one of those is that it has to decipher that your face is on camera. If it can't decipher that, it automatically shuts the camera and the system off. So again, they sort of have like a flesh filter built in, so they don't become a site that has obscene material.
So yeah, I think video really is and will continue to be just a huge component at the core of all this social interaction that we're carrying out in digital spaces. So let's quickly look at the other video services out there. Ustream has got a good foothold in the market in terms of live event streaming. What about Ustream and YouTube? What are they up to these days?
Well, both are really trying to move into this territory of. I mean, they've always been in the live video realm. I should say Ustream has, but YouTube now offers the ability to take your channel and actually broadcast live on it, and then from the embed code you can post that within your blog or your owned website. Mm-hmm. You can also, with the HTML code, put it on a Facebook tab, and then you can basically amplify the fact that you're hosting a live video event, which really turns YouTube more into a live experience rather than something where people go and watch recorded video. Ustream's already been in this realm I think the advantage YouTube sort of has is that it's really trying to become a social community without advertising that it's becoming a social community.
Right. And with services like Social Cam, which brings ever more opportunity to post video onto the existing social platforms, we're really seeing a huge sort of shift in the way in which video is being used on the social web. Which kind of leads me to, the next point, really. The two Seans talked about using Airtime as a way of encouraging these serendipitous meetings based around the interest graph, as we were talking about. But rather than sort of viewing this as a service, as a competitor, how do you think the established social platforms might benefit from something such as Airtime and their existing user base?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question, because I think what the two Seans have always been good at is disrupting business models. They did that with Napster. Obviously, Sean Parker was an early investor in Facebook. So what I think they're really looking for is to disrupt enough of how social networks operate currently, to see if they can actually get a foothold on certain bandwidth. I think other networks, LinkedIn is a good example, could learn from this in terms of how do they add sort of real-time video feature so that people within business groups can actually talk to one another, or at least chat with one another. Twitter is a text-based platform, but it is the best real-time platform. I'm curious to sort of see what their answer is in terms of, hey, do we add video capability so that two people who are tweeting back and forth to each other now have the option of actually talking video to one another. So I think really what they're trying to do here is sort of disrupt the flow and again sort of change the way that we're doing business, and the way they're changing that is by really saying video is the future.
And I loved what we were talking about earlier in the way in which some of the groups that you join on social platforms still alert you to conversations via email. So it's about time that someone shook up that market and brought it out of the early 90s and into where we are right now. Okay, well, thanks, guys. This has been the Wednesday Word. Thank you, Jeffrey. We'll see you on Airtime, maybe, if we all share the same interests.
Sounds good.
Thanks.